Good evening, everybody. Hell's Unicorn here again, and there's been a recent update in current events. Apparently, it seems that Keith Olbermann is to be reinstated at MSNBC starting first thing tomorrow on primetime television, after a suspension of a meager 2 working days, I believe. Apparently, it seems that the person in charge over at MSNBC, President Phil Griffin, is coming up a little bit short in the discipline department. Either that or he's had a sudden change of heart regarding his standards for journalistic ethics, and he's decided to rescind the old policy of that network in requiring clearance for any employees before they can donate to political candidates. Now, when this suspension occurred, there was a lengthy tirade that was given on the part of Rachel Maddow, the other resident loon at MSNBC, about how Fox News has been essentially fundraising for Republicans, something which may or may not be true, but the fact remains is that they don't have an official policy disallowing journalists and pundits from analyzing or even overanalyzing certain aspects of the news. Indeed, if a news wants to concentrate on news from one particular angle, that is their choice. And of course, there is a little bit of dishonesty in the Fox News slogan of fair and balanced. It's not really fair, and it's only balanced if you balance it against the majority of news agencies that are coming from the opposite perspective. Both perspectives, in my opinion, are largely mistaken and based on only a number of small wedge issues used to keep people at each other's throats. But I digress. Essentially, everything that Fox News is guilty of, MSNBC is also guilty of. And what you have between these two networks is a perfect microcosm of what is wrong with America. One group does A, the other group says that A is the wrong thing to do while they themselves are doing A and also doing B, and B being equal to A, thus Group 1 also engages in B from time to time, and again we get an endless circular cycle of the pot calling the kettle black and the kettle retorting you're black too, and nothing is accomplished. Now, the thing that sort of separates Fox News from MSNBC a little bit is that Fox News has found something of a new toleration for certain dissenting viewpoints, particularly of the libertarian perspective, and they've given a fair amount of latitude to Judge Andrew Napolitano and other libertarian-minded pundits and analysts on Fox News, and for that reason I do tend to tune into Fox occasionally, particularly for the show Freedom Watch, and also occasionally to tune in and see what John Stossel is talking about, and every now and then maybe tuning in to the Fox Business Network to check and see how things are going in the business end of things. Business news is a little bit different from partisan politics. It's a little bit easier to stomach. You get more statistics and less opinion, so it's more accessible, so to speak, for somebody who's a thinking person rather than a football fanatic, which is mostly what political junkies tend to be in this day and age. So, in essence, Olbermann is going to be back and will be treated to the same deluge of biased views of the news in response to other perceived biases of the news. One side will be biased, the other side will be biased, both will be unapologetic, and both sides will hate each other. Nothing new under the sun. Oh, maybe one of these days we'll have reputable news stations, but I'm not holding my breath. With prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.